60 pounds, also from Moscow, Russia, the Russian middleweight champion, Alexander Voronin. His opponent in the blue corner, weighing in at 158 pounds, he has from Atlanta, Georgia. He is undefeated in both boxing.
This is bout number 6.
With a record of 9 victories, no defeats. Here is the Southeast Regional Middleweight Champion, Richard Trammell.
Couple of undefeated fighters, Don, and Richard Trammell with his 9-0 record, and Alexander Voronin, the Russian middleweight champion, at 19 wins and against no defeats. This should promises to be a pretty good fight. I would.
Yeah, it looks pretty evenly matched here. We've got a really strong Russian fighter here, the Russian middleweight champion. You know, one thing about the middleweight division, these guys are fast, but they pack the power. It's that division right in the middle between heavies and the lightweights, and it's one of the most exciting divisions in my opinion.
Certainly in regular boxing, a lot of the big names came out of that middleweight division, and one that sticks out in my head is the Raging Bull. Good shot. Good shot by Trammell. Good. Solid left.
And the Russian, being the pro that he is, he comes right back and tries to get that point back for his own side. Both fighters taking their time. That's the mark of a true professional. Feeling each other out. You know, one of the marks of an experienced fighter is working the body, top and bottom, working up and working down to the body. And
as Trammell just came in with a solid left to the belly of
Alexander
Voronin. Good flurry by Trammell again.
Right, they're both mixing it up top and bottom, very evenly matched. I have to give that round by a slight, very slight margin to Richard. He landed a couple of big, flashy punches, and I think the round's going to go to Richard.
Now, Richard came in with an attempt at that hammer, and then followed it up with a good combination. Those latter 2 punches scoring points with the judges. You know what's interesting is that the trainer who's handling the rest of the fighters for the Russian team is the Russian super heavyweight Alexander Monastrinov, who won a unanimous decision against Kevin Rozier in round number 1.
Right, Dan, and you know, I think I got some bad news for you. It looks like the whirlwind towel effect is going to be going on the next 5 rounds too.
Another update on Kevin Rozier, by the way. We told you he possibly had a torn biceps tendon, and he has gone to the hospital for examination. Round number 2 now.
One thing I like about Trammell is he likes to mix up his hands and his feet. He's not just punching or kicking. He's using them equally as well.
Do the fighters try to get in the required amount of kicks in a round early on, or it's part of the strategy?
Well, I think that used to be the case, but I don't believe at this point there is a minimum kick requirement It's just you're penalized if you don't kick. If a round is even, the fighter with the most effective kicks generally wins. But there really is not a minimum kick requirement.
Not like it used to be.
No, they kind of did away with that. Oh, big overhand right. He's hurt. Alexander's hurt. But he recovers quickly.
Trammell looks real sharp.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's trying to land that left hook. He's throwing some jabs, and then he wings that hook in there. That's the one he hurt Alexander with earlier.
Well, Don, how do you see it after 2 rounds?
I've got it pretty even. I actually called the first round either even or a little bit to Trammell. But actually, I've got it a very, very close fight. Possibly 1 round even, the second round, and 1 round Trammell. So very close.
We were talking earlier about while we were in break, how you view a fight, and you brought up that there may be 10,000 people who see a fight one way, but there's 3 ringside judges.
Absolutely. Unless you score a TKO or a knockout, it's the opinion of 3 people around the ring. And depending on their perspective and their particular likes or dislikes as far as fighting style, whether you're the aggressor or whether you're a body puncher, it's their opinions.
Round number 3.
This is round 3.
Well, the crowd reacted to that kick, but it actually was a miss. It was a very pretty kick, a hook kick over the head of Alexandra, but it did not land. What I've seen happening all night long to most of the fighters is they have not been doing what they, well, more or less a push, more of a push, but the fighters have not been what they call sitting down on their punches. In other words, they have not been lowering their body weight and putting their hips and their shoulders behind their punches. There have been a lot of arm punching tonight.
It appears as we have blood coming from the nose of Alexander Voronin.
Ooh, good shot.
Oh, nice kick. That scores heavily in the eyes of the judges. Nice clean score to the head by your kicks is a very good technique to score points on. Alexander answers with a body punch, although effective, does not have the same psychological effect. Like I said, Trammell impresses me because he mixes it up hands and feet. We haven't seen a lot of that tonight. Most of the fighters have either been kickers or been punchers.
And his array of kicks is what impresses me.
Right, from the jumping kicks, the spinning kicks. Whoa. That was a nice one. Didn't score, but the crowd liked it. Show their appreciation.
And how does that register with the judges with those flashy kicks, irrespective of the fact that it may not have landed?
Well, it really technically should not, but I think, you know, the judges are humans and they can't help but be slightly impressed by a flashy technique like that.
Coming back with round number 4 right after this.